What's going on, everybody? Hey, I'm here in my basement, and I am prepping for our recent tour that we're going on. And I figured sometimes some people like to nerd out on what people are bringing in their pelican cases. So that's what I'm going to go through today with you, is what I bring in my pelican case. So, yeah. Let's just start from this side, right to left, because that's how we read in America. Something like that. Actually, not at all, but it seems like a good place to start. So, starting on the right-hand side, I have my kind of utility, all the adapter bags. So this is like computer stuff. It has two pouches. I really like it. It's BUBM. They make really nice cases for traveling. So anyway, I have a bunch of stuff in here. So I have a big old, USB dongle converter thing for my computer. And then in here, I have all the adapters you could dream of. USB-C to Ethernet, USB-C to Lightning, USB-C to A, B to A to B, just all the adapters you can think of, mostly computer stuff. And then I have various flash drives, an iLock, my iLock dongle, and just flashlights for scenes and stuff like that. So that's in the first pouch. As you can see, you can fit a lot in here, which is always nice to have. And then the second pouch on the other side is equally as filled with variety of stuff. So this in it itself is has a whole bunch of cool stuff. So on this side, I have my hard drives. I have a little hi-fi DAC that I can hook to my phone or computer, either one. It's battery powered. It's really, really cool. It's FOH, kind of an Amazon special, but it does play hi-fi audio and even DSD if you wanted to. So it's a cool little thing to have. This will work in a pinch if you need an extra interface, right? So if coming out of the headphone jack of a computer is a little noisy or something, or buzzy, this actually acts and registers as a digital interface on a computer, so it can clean things up with that. Really, really handy to have. And it's small, which is amazing. Then hard drives, then a battery pack. I got it for free, I think. Always nice to have one of those on the go. So then on this side, I have a mouse. An actual mouse. Just various adapters, another little USB-C adapter with Ethernet and HDMI and stuff like that, because you never know. These things, you need these a lot. And then various adapters, 1/4 inch. I have a little, this is really handy sometimes. It's a transformer, isolation transformer. So again, if you have a buzzy signal, it's inline transformer. Super handy to have for troubleshoot. Drum keys and just miscellaneous odds and ends. Turnarounds for XLR and 1/4 inch. Cool. So that's this bag. And I'm going to just set these aside for now. Okay. So then there's a couple of batteries down here, packs of batteries. Always good to have batteries. It kind of ended up in here, kind of not on purpose, but then it fit, and I was like, just leave it there. Cool. Okay, so then we have this. This case, it's actually waterproof, which might be a little overkill. If this whole case gets in water, then this case is the least of my concern. But anyway. And here we have pens, pencils, Sharpies, markers, a lighter, super glue. Can't stress enough. Brings little things like this to do repairs. it just will save you in a pinch, fixing in-ears, fixing little mic clips, just whatever you might need to fix. And then I have this cool little super low profile soldering iron. USB-C charged. It heats up super quick. This is, gosh, I should probably know the name, model. Most of this stuff is all on Amazon. But it's super low profile, heats up super quick. A replacement head for it. And then some solder, just in case. In a pinch, you might need a replayer cable, or 2 or 3 or 4, or jump into a snake, and this will allow you to fix a few channels on the go if you need to. And I don't need to bring a whole like Wohler soldering station with me, which is always a plus. Space is limited. All right, so that's that. So then we get into this section. This is a couple things in here. Open this guy up. Power supply. It's a little Wi-Fi router. So a little mini Wi-Fi router. Always good to have this in case you need to like create your own Wi-Fi, extend an existing Wi-Fi. You can do it all with this. And then in here, a little switch, a little 5-port switch. Also always good to have. You never know. Audio is all networking these days, so put on your networking hat or degree. If you don't have one, fake it, you know? Cool. So then we get into this little spot. Also super cool tool. If you haven't seen one of these, get ready. So this is a sound bullet, made by Sonnet. I don't know how you say it. Sound bullet. It's kind of a tester / signal generator / kind of all in one. You can hear signal, so it even has a speaker, so you can plug it into a line and see if you're getting signal. Has a little volume here. Super cool tool. I can't stress this enough. I can't tell you how many times this has like saved me running back to front of house to see if I'm sending signal. I can just pop it in on stage or vice versa, right? Headphone out, and then it has 1/4 inch, so it has this like cool little holder thing. So I can also test 1/4 inch, both male and female. So super, super cool. Love this thing to death. All right, so that's that. Then, kind of a screwdriver, multi-tool, a short one too. So it's TSA approved and it's compact, which is awesome. I think it has 6 heads, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So standard, Phillips, and flathead. And then a socket for that one size, that universal size, whatever that is. I don't know what it is. And then a smaller version. So super cool to have. It's ratcheting. Not that you need that, but kind of nice. Always good to have that. And then deeper down in here, a nice little flashlight. This is by Olight. Love what these guys are doing. They make some of the coolest lights I have ever seen. Super useful. This one's magnet and clip. So I can clip it, turn it on. Clip it on here. Boom. I have a light. But I have a surprise for you that makes that irrelevant. You can do kind of a broad spectrum, close, or even red. And it has various different intensities as well. And it's rechargeable. So super cool light. Love this thing. Good to have. And it's small and compact. Cool. So that's basically it in here. Let me get into the next one. Multimeter. This is another Amazon special. It is super useful. You never know. And it's compact. It's built in. So this does resistance, DC voltage, AC voltage, capacitance even. You can test diodes with it. So it's a super cool thing to have, and it's compact. That's why I love it. It's not one of those big fluke yellow ones that eat up a whole section in itself. Super compact, and the leads are just connected. One lead is on the pen, the other is on a wire that you can take off. Super, super cool. Love this thing. I like the accent. Listen, when I turned on.
Already on auto mode.
So it has auto mode. So it will just do, you plug it in, you pin something with voltage, it'll just show it that you don't need to be on the setting. So it's super useful. And then you turn on.
It's about to enter standby state.
It's about to enter standby state. Standby, get it? Standby, off, aka off. Cool. Then we have gaff tape. Not gaff tape. Spike tape. Can't get enough of this stuff. Everybody needs this on tour. Managers, they tape the floor to tell everybody where the bathrooms and the green room and all that. So they're always looking for it. So it's always good to have. So I have a lot of rolls of this. Electrical tape. And then gaff. More spike tape, various colors. Then I have my molded earplugs. Good to have some earplugs on site. So these are molded by All Clear. Various IM companies will do earplugs as well. So these are, you can get them like various different intensities as far as like noise reduction. Supposedly they're flat, but they just lower the sound. Yeah, whenever you're sticking something in your ear, I would argue that it's not flat. It always changes a little bit. So I don't like mix with these, but you can still hear things. It's not like super muffled. More for like protection when you're on stage or right next to a speaker. Cool. My IMs, also All Clear. I use Studio 3s, I think they're called. I don't need all these extra drivers. I'm not trying to like pump a bunch of sound into my ears that need to, push over stage noise. I just need something pretty accurate and not super hyped. And I think the high driver count IMs, personally, I think they're kind of a load of BS, unless you need just a crazy amount of power. But then you get into hearing damage, which, is a whole nother issue. Keep in mind, guys, whenever you have multiple drivers that are all crossed over at specific frequency ranges, you have comb filtering happening on your mix. So more drivers does not equal better. It equals more comb filtering. So keep that in mind. So these are just 3 drivers, and they sound really actually good. I actually do like final mixes on these sometimes, and I'm pleasantly surprised how well they translate. Cool. Keep on moving. RF Explorer, in case I need to check the airwaves, you know what I'm saying? Showing up to cities, different venues, you just never know with wireless. You could be in downtown Chicago where the airwaves are absolutely crowded beyond belief. And you can see that here. You can confirm it. Always nice to have in a pinch in case you need to troubleshoot, a weird frequency thing happening. Some extra turnarounds. You never know when you need to run a line backwards. Good to have these. Okay, moving right along. I'm gonna scooch this over just a hint. Okay, just some extra miscellaneous things. Non-molded headphones, more adapters, and cable ties, and a couple zip ties in there. Then we have headlamp. Always good to have a headlamp. These are cheap. I think I bought like a 3-pack for like $20 on, pretty sure it's Amazon. Everything's Amazon these days, especially with little trinkets like this. Cool. Then we have a network Cat 5 crimper. In case I need to repair a Cat 5 cable, I can do it right here. And I have the Cat 5 ends here. I keep this open in my case, right? It closes like this. I keep it open though because I get stopped with TSA every single time if it's closed. In the scanner, it looks like the top of a Glock, so they think I'm like I have pieces of a gun in my case. So they would stop me. So having it open, it doesn't flag them. Optogate, always good to have in a pinch. In case you need to clean up an MD mic, you know. Wire strippers. Love these wire strippers. They're super fine. They're super sharp. You know, that kind of goes with that soldering iron in here for repairing stuff. Then we have a voltage outlet tester. Always good to have, just to make sure, you know, you're not getting your neutrals and hots flipped up. You never know with some locations. Network cable with a USB-C adapter. You know, in case I need to plug my laptop into some network somewhere. Okay, this is kind of a fun little pocket knife cable that I made. It's a USB, no, not USB. Well, yes, USB. An 1/8 inch or 3.5 millimeter jack to XLR, in case you need to plug a phone into your console. But nowadays, no phones have this, so I have all these adapters, and they're zip tied on. They can't walk away. They can't be stolen. And I have Lightning and USB-C. And it allows me to charge at the same time. So I can plug this into the USB-C and then also charge the device as well. So for both Lightning and USB-C. That's this cable. Couple extra earplugs, just in case, just standard foamy expanding ones. Someone, you know, could be people that need it. I need to fill this up actually, so you can see some have been used. And then what else? Oh, a tweaker set, tweaker little thing, because small screws, you know. More little clips for the multimeter. Lanyard. Okay, so that is the bottom. So a lot of stuff gets packed in there. Now the top, I have my laptop and iPad. So iPad in here. I just set this down at the bottom here, and then my laptop as well. So this is a full 15 inch. It fits in here just perfectly. And then on this side over here, chargers for the laptop and iPad, and some USB like bricks to, you know, plug USB things that you need charged. Cool. And then the coolest part, I think they sell these. I've seen them in various places that are really expensive, built just for Pelican cases, but a Pelican case light. Boom. So when you're in a dark stage, you can turn this puppy on and you can see what's in your case. You know, you don't have to dig around blind. This was like, you get a 2-pack on Amazon for like $12. They're rechargeable, various intensities. You can, so I just have them Velcroed on here. Cool. And just enough light to see what I'm doing. And they last like 2 months. It's crazy how long they last before you have to recharge. So super useful. The ones I've seen that are made just for Pelican cases are like $100. So this was like 12 for 2. So can't beat that. But yeah, guys, that is it. Hopefully that... Oh, and then not in the case, in a separate little case, but I do have it as well. I did a video last year, I think, on the same thing, a case, and I got a lot of comments saying like, where's your smart microphone? That's this little case. And it's all in here. Interface, calibrator, and then the mic is under down there. All nicely packed and cozy. in its own little house. So that's that. So these 2 cases I will bring with me everywhere. They live with me. I travel with them. These 2 cases are travel ready. They are, the size is not over too big where it won't, you can take them as a check-in, or you can take it on the plane. Yeah. So sweet, guys. Hopefully that helped. Thanks for joining me. It's kind of early in the morning. It's not all that early. Yeah, I will talk to you soon. Have a good one, and happy mixing out there,